Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Syntastics Journey. I am here today because I am so excited. I think I have finally figured out a way to not waste wax. So with the ones that I made that I tested, and I wasn't quite keen on the way the wicks acted in them. So what I have done in my previous video, I made a candle that was wickless, and then what I was going to do was I was going to skewer a hole into it and take a little piece of wick that I have been saving for each different ones, stick that in there and then test for a couple hours and see if it works. If not, then I let it harden, smooth out the top, stick a hole in it, try a different wick. So you've seen me make that already. So in this video, I don't know, I may be the stupidest person. I don't know. Maybe this is so stupid that you guys are going to laugh at me, but I have a bunch of candles that I wasn't 100% on, and I didn't want to throw out the wax. I didn't want to waste it. I'm like, it's perfectly fine. What's wrong with it? But I'm like, if I melt it all, then am I losing all of the fragrance oil? So I kept thinking of ways of how I would do it. And I finally thought, I'm like, well, what if I just take my heat gun and warm up the sides just enough so that I can wiggle the wax out of it? And that worked. So I wiggled it out. I used it for my new vessels that I want to test out, as well as some of the same, because I was able to, once I flipped it out, I was able to get the wick out. I'm going to show you exactly what I did right after this, and then we will see how the burn test goes. I'm kind of excited. I hope it works. But I just wanted to give you a little backstory on why I thought of this. So I'm going to cut to before, when I was heating up the outside and taking out the wax, and we'll go from there. So I got a whole bunch of new vessels, and it's getting close to the holiday season, and I had a bunch of Halloween stuff because I haven't started selling during that time. So I was thinking, I'm like, I tested these Halloween stuff and I wasn't keen on the actual wicks that I had used for them. I think they were good, but I don't think they were the right ones. So I was thinking, what am I going to do with all this wax? Everybody freaking says they make the fire starters or they just get rid of it. And I'm like, that is such a waste. But then I read and see that you're not supposed to melt the wax and reuse it and blah, blah, blah. So I get to thinking, I'm like, how am I going to do this? So this was one of my Halloween ones. Okay. This one I never burnt at all. And then this is one of my Christmas ones that I've gotten. They are the exact same size, and I would like to test them. As from previously in this video, I showed you that I made a Christmas one. I can't get the lid off because I'm all waxy, but I showed you I made Christmas tins without the wicks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke a hole and I'm going to test wicks as I go, just to see which ones would work best for this vessel. So I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I can do this and just use the new one. So from my old ones here, I haven't touched this one yet, but from my old one, all I did was I took my heat gun, I heated the outside of it just enough to loosen it from the sides, and then I heated the bottom of it as well. And then I took my little poker stick thing and I just went right around the edges to loosen it and turned it upside down, and plop, it went right in. The actual bottom of my wick, because it was upside down, was on the bottom, and I just pulled it out. Then I took the heat gun to the top and smoothed it out. I think I may be onto something. I think this might be brilliant. So then I had some other vessels that were smaller, and I still have more. So I took a bunch of chunks of the wax, mushed it all down, and then I just melted the top. So we're gonna see if this works. We're gonna test it when we test our actual jar that we know I did properly. This may be a stupid idea, but honestly, in the end, who really cares? Because I was gonna throw out the wax anyways, right? So now I have, and my fingers are all waxy. I have this, and this is a very, very big glass. I think it holds, I think I figured it out, it was 16 ounces, I want to say. So it's cool because it's square and everything. So now I'm going to fill it with what's in this one. And I also did a boo-boo at one point and didn't use my coconut tart wax. I used my coconut soy wax, which is too soft for my wax melts. So this is what's in here is exactly what's in here. So I'm just honestly gonna dump it in there. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is stupid and somebody else has tried this and it didn't work and everybody else knows it in the world except for me. But this is what I'm gonna do. And I think it's quite smart. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to heat the outside just enough to loosen it from it. And then I'm going to heat the bottom with my heat gun. Once again, just enough to loosen it. I'm going to take my little poker stick, go around, and I'm just going to plop it upside down inside. And I will be back to show you how that turns out. Okay, so as you can see, I've heated the sides. I've got my poker in, and now this whole thing turns inside, kind of, very difficultly, but so it's turning. So now I'm going to literally attempt to dump it in. I may need to heat the bottom a little bit more. Okay, let's try and heat the bottom. Let's see if that helped it a little bit. Because it's a wood wick, it's a little more difficult. There we go. Here we go, people. And she's in. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for this. I hope this is a brilliant idea. Who knows? This could save us all a lot of money. It's not like I'm going to sell this product. This is just for testing. Why should I have to waste? In my opinion, it just doesn't make any sense to me, the amount that's thrown out with all this freaking testing. And then you don't want to do it, but then what do you do with all of them? You can't burn that many, so it's hard. And that's why I like making it without the wick, because it's a lot less waste, right? So let's see if the wood wick will come out. Nope. So the piece came out. So this may prove challenging. I may need to turn it upside down. Alright. My hands are very waxy right now, people. This is hard. Ah! I can't do it when my hands are like this. As you can see, I'm a mess. Oh, but it smells so good. It smells like pumpkin marshmallow. I do love this scent. So I'm going to continue to work on this and I will be back. Okay, so I have slowly started to melt this. Had to take an ice cream scoop and start squishing it down, and I had to also take a pair of pliers and wiggle out the wood wick, but I was able to do it. Let me tell you, my hands are real soft right now. That coconut soy is nice. So I'm just going to heat this top. I honestly am not too concerned about the bottom. I know I should be, but I don't want to overheat it too much. I just mainly want the top portion at the moment to be okay so that I can start testing it with my wicks. So I'm going to start heating this and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Alright, so I think this has filled in actually quite nicely. I'm gonna let it harden, maybe go over it once with the heat gun just to make sure it's all flat. And I honestly think this is a great idea. I really hope this works. I'm gonna be so disappointed, especially with this jar. I just kept thinking, I'm like, I have so much wax that I'm going to be wasting. I don't want to throw it out, and I don't want to fill this thing to what 16 ounces and then have it not work out and then have even more wax to throw out. So to be extremely wasteful in my mind doesn't make sense with this. So I am going to let this sit and then for the night, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to attempt to do my burn test. So like I said, I'm going to, once it's hardened, because coconut soy is so soft, I'm going to poke a hole. I'm going to take one of my so as I've been making candles, the wick on top I haven't wanted to waste. So what I've been doing, because I'm cutting off like 4 inches of wick and then throwing it out. So what I've been doing is I've been saving them, labeling them so that I know what's what in baggies. And then when it comes time to testing a wickless candle with a wick, I poke it, I grab one of the ones that I think would work, stick it in, and burn test it. So hopefully that works, but I'll go over that with you when I start doing the burn test tomorrow, and we'll see how this goes. All right, I am so excited. I hope this really works because I think this was a really good idea, guys. I don't know. Maybe tell me in the comments if you think I'm wrong. I don't know, but I'm excited for this one. All right, so I will be back and we will see you later. Bye.